Oh, cool.
Oh, great, guys. We weren't even recording. Yahoo, Rob here. There's Squares. He's reviewing the mouse today, because it's his mouse that came on in here. We got the FANTECH Helios Pro Wireless
XD3.
How many names does it have?
It's just FANTECH, and then it's the Helios XD3 Pro Wireless. I don't know why they have part of it here and then part of it there, and then this is the brand, but
yeah,
it's a small I think Korean company.
We got a Zowie mouse over here. Here's the S1.
Made in China.
Squares borrowed that once.
Yeah.
Liked it. If you like the EC2, but want ambidextrous,
yeah,
try the S1, not the S2. The
arguably their best mouse.
Oh,
best wheel too.
Best wheel that they really should have updated the EC2 with.
Yep.
Oh, and much better side buttons.
Yeah.
You feel those side buttons?
Yeah, it's
those are real side buttons.
I don't think you rock the button into a
the
switch anymore. It's not mounted on the PCB like this.
This was the last mouse that
that
not Zowie designed before leaving Zowie.
Yeah. Well, now they're these guys right there, but
we do have, by the way, the new Vaxies.
Yeah.
Are on order. The NP01S and the NP01SG.
Okay.
And
then the G is just glossy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was interested in this guy because I think it's
an S2. You said?
Yep. I think it's Onage makes one. They make the custom symmetrical Pro, and then I think it's the other one I saw was a Zenix
3335.
Yeah, and that's what they use. And then the other one that was a bit pricier was the Zenix Titan GX Air, which has the newer 3370. Same shape. And then the other two have reverse. You could pop off the back panel, so you can make it a little bit lighter. They got down to 75 grams.
Why do people pop
83.
off the back panel?
I don't know, man.
Because it makes it uncomfortable.
You could do a solid back, or you could do a holy one. I was
Why not just put the holy one on it?
This is $30 cheaper. It's $60. Yeah. I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, we just ordered off. They didn't have very many when I ordered them, by the way.
No.
No, it was
see? I think reviews are going
5
up.
Left or something.
Yeah, reviews are starting to pop up on this. That it's a decent alternative.
So,
especially if you're very frugal with your money.
If you're wondering though, guys, these might just randomly disappear because the Talentech ones, those are exact knockoffs of EC2s.
Yeah.
And then actually a ergonomically improved, not really, but you know quote unquote improved version of these two. You cannot find those anymore. That's why I asked for Squeer's version.
Yeah.
Well, if he wasn't using it anymore, because I wanted to add it to my collection because I'm a big EC2 fan.
Yeah.
But be aware, this may show up. You might be interested in. If you are, hop on it. Is what I'm saying, because there's a decent chance that these little brands just they snap in and out of existence overnight. I feel like.
It could be.
Or maybe not overnight, but
I think I looked and they had what looked like maybe 12 mice that they've made, but I think this is their flagship.
Watch, they've made 12 mice in 12 months.
I mean, it could be, yeah. But decent packaging. We can get it out.
She's got some big slippy feet.
Yeah, apparently, and you get spares. So apparently, it's not.
How can random Korean brands give you free extra slippy feet and Razer can't?
Don't quote me on the random Korean brand, but I'm pretty certain they're. It says made in China, but I'm pretty certain everything's made in China.
Indonesia.
Yeah. Is
on here.
I think it's one of the brands from
ID.
One of the Asian countries. So. But yeah.
FANTECH World info at T-Comp. So they're owned by a different brand.
There's your dongle.
It feels like they knocked that dongle off of Logitech, super hardcore.
Yeah, it's a little square though.
A little
it definitely
square.
Feels a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Is
it ejecto or you gotta pry it out?
You have to pry it out. Yeah, you just stick it on in.
Hey, at least they did better than Logitech did on some of their keyboards, and Corsair has done on every one of their mice.
Yeah.
And because you actually have a place to put the dongle.
That means not.
Because the Logitech, 903, no place to put dongle. 703, no place to put dongle.
You just take it and you plug it in the front like you do in the Aerox.
Yeah, it gets an antenna.
Yeah. Oh, those side buttons.
They sound loosey-goosey.
They just sound like
hollow?
pads, yeah, and like nothing.
Wait, does this have Type C?
Sure does.
How can random brand have Type C when, like, Logitech can't Type C and
I don't know.
Corsair can't Type C and...
I don't know. Like, that's a good question. I don't have an answer, because I just,
Supposedly,
that's not bad,
the new Final Mouse didn't Type C because it's heavier, because it requires more electronics. That's what they claim.
What do they use for charging?
Micro B.
For the
Brand new
magnesium
$180, $190, yeah.
Okay.
You know why they use Micro B, guys? It's not because there's less electronics and it's lighter.
Because it's dirt cheap.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because Type C is a $10 to $20 adder.
Yeah, didn't you say it's because they have to hand solder them?
Correct.
Yeah.
And Micro B is literally garbage you pick up off the floor. Cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You got your Zowie wheel.
clicky clicky. That's
Very-
the best Zowie wheel.
Very loud.
Yeah. Some good stuff right there, man.
And then you got
Very quiet.
Huano switches. Also Huano switches. These are the new 50 mil. I think it's the blue shell, blue plunger ones. So gold plated versus.
That sounds pretty hollow to me.
The switches themselves, the
Yeah.
clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah.
Let me give this thing.
Considering it's the same weight, I think it's.
Oh, is there a weight in here? Or is that the battery? Probably.
That's the battery. Yeah, it's a pretty big
Because
battery.
it feels like this is a very hollow mouse, and then there's like
It's
a
kind
weight in it,
of, kind of butt heavy. Yeah.
or like at least it's center weighted.
Yeah.
Because you know some mice are like top weighted, and it's like really awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that feels really hollow, and not very like.
Yeah.
Like I can just
For $60, I'm not gonna complain. I'll give it a go.
you give it a go. The shape's interesting.
Yeah.
It feels very similar to that one there.
For the size?
No, not the size, like the shape. I can
does?
feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I to be truthful, now looking at this, I could probably rock an S2.
Yeah.
I give it a shot.
Yeah.
These clicks are definitely not as good. None of the clicks are as good. Oh, I swear all these, like, here's the other thing, guys. I swear all these, like, weird third-party brands use the same scroll wheel. It's that super wide flat one. That was the same one on the Talentech.
Yeah.
Like, I like a little bit of a rounded edge on it, because, like, then you can roll your finger off of it.
If you need to.
If you need to. Whereas these super wide flat ones are just, like,
It's a
and they're
stop,
low,
basically. Yeah.
and they're just, like, you're there. Like, your finger is...
Yeah. That's not bad. For what was it, $60?
Yeah, especially for wireless, like
Yeah.
that's huge. And what is it? It's you got eco mode on and
Yeah, and I think all eco mode does. It doesn't have Bluetooth, unfortunately, so you have to have the dongle. But if I recall correctly, I think eco mode only has the RGB on the wheel,
okay.
and then when you have
Probably
it
lower
on,
hertz too.
possibly haven't been able to figure that out. I'm probably just going to turn it all off and run it at 500 hertz to try to get the
YOLO
70
it.
hours. And then on, I think, does full RGB that they have for it. Then
And
if you run it that way,
hold on.
yeah.
Be over here.
All right, well, welcome back. So I'm taking over for a little bit. Elliot just needed a bit of a breather. So as you can see, we have the Zowie S1 here and the FANTECH Helios XD3 right here. Very similar in shape. In fact, almost identical. I think the biggest difference is, honestly, the S1's the larger of the two. This is supposed to be about as close as we could get to like an S2 clone as possible. And I think they did a pretty decent job getting everything going through. Clicks-wise, I think Elliot was saying that he definitely felt that they were a little snappier on the Zowie versus the FANTECH. The FANTECH, however, does have the newer, slightly higher quality switches. I think they're gold-plated on there versus, I don't know if these even have any plating for them. So theoretically, especially on wireless mice, that should be a little bit better, as gold plating should hopefully theoretically prevent some unintended double clicks, things such as that, that sometimes have plagued things such as like your Logitech Pros,
Didn't it hurt the
issues like
Zowies too when they switched switches for a while?
Yeah, when they switched over from, I think Juanos that they were using, which I think were like the standard black shell white plunger, to Omron 20 mils, I think they were actually double clicking pretty badly.
And they recalled them and like.
Yep, and I think it was like they released them and then almost immediately went and did a recall on them. So
I never even got one.
did you order one?
Yeah, like that gen should have been EC2A.
Yeah, something like
I
that,
think.
right around EC2A or EC2.
Not B.
Well, pretty close to it though. But I mean, if you flip it on over, you got the different switch positions that they have for it. It's the eco, on, and then off. I think the biggest difference is, like I said, what Ellie was saying was the polling rate's probably a little bit lower, and then it only illuminates the wheel.
Which is fine with me. Down with RGB. Fight the power.
That's there. And then if you turn it on, it has full illumination once it finally kicks in. Hello, mouse. Alright, maybe it doesn't have enough battery life.
I'm just laughing because it doesn't have Bluetooth yet. When it turns wireless on, it's blue.
It turns blue, yeah. So let's try that again.
You can always plug it in. I got Type-C chargers around here.
There we go. You get a little bit of RGB illumination.
Before it dies.
And yeah, then it just slowly but surely fades out. I am pretty certain if you move it, it turns off too, because it doesn't want to go through. It's probably searching for the dongle now, but pretty interesting. I think the biggest difference, or the biggest issue, or reason I should say why I bought it was just the shape. Wanted to try the S2 shape because the S1 is...
And you didn't want to say buy an S2 because an S2 is kind of
yeah
old now.
At this point in time, yeah. I mean, this one's not the greatest sensor. I think a lot of people will say that the 3335 is not terrible. Like, it definitely is.
Dude,
for wireless.
I still rock 3310, man.
3310 is, yeah, damn good sensor.
I don't know. I just have a lot of mice that, and I don't know if it's the mice that were made at the time. Like, because the Castor, I picked that thing up and I'm just like,
yeah.
You know, like, I don't know if it's the mice made at the time were just good shapes.
Yeah.
Or if, like, companies had that sensor just nailed. You know what I mean? Like, because it was used for a long time. You know what I mean? Because I even preferred the 3310 over the 360.
Really?
Yeah. Because I didn't have an issue with that stupid tilt slam.
Oh, yeah, where you pick it up and then...
yeah.
Slam it.
Do the tilty. If I pick it up, I go up, down, up, you know, up and then down.
It is kind of a weird way to, I guess, pick up and swipe that they have for it then. Not necessarily...
As Rocket Jump Ninja said, if that's your issue, fix you, not the mouse.
Yeah, very true. But I think that's probably the only real, like... Apart from it being a little butt heavy and the dongle just falls out, but don't worry about it. And it feels a little cheap with the side buttons. They definitely feel hollow.
I think those are just like those button style.
Yeah, I think it definitely doesn't feel like this where it's a micro switch. It definitely feels more like maybe they just used whatever tack switch they're using for either the DPI or the middle click, and then they're just putting that in the thumbs. Because
knowing me, I'd break that.
I mean, I'd probably break them too eventually. So
you guys are wondering the amount of middle clicks that I have killed over the years. Just ask Charger. That's how many mice he's gotten.
Yeah.
Because I just keep setting it to him.
I remember you gave him like a 602.
Yep.
And then
his dog ate it.
Oh. His dog ate it?
The entire front. The entire... You know there's the one pointier part? Like, of the two pieces.
Yeah.
There's the one side that's pointier.
Yeah.
Dog got a hold of that. Whole click's gone.
Poor mouse.
And that was after he resoldered the
middle click?
The middle click. Yep. He's like, yeah, it works great otherwise. And I sent him I sent him a 402 as well that had the same issue.
Yeah.
And a 302. Because all of those use that. It's the optical encoder for the wheel, and then the little button switch, not a full micro switch.
Yeah, it sounds right.
And I use middle click for reload. And I am a...
So you're just spamming
yeah,
that like
mad? Yep. And I reload, if you guys played Halo, OG, and you played a lot of shotgun, you know, what do? You just keep that thing topped the fuck off. You just reload. So that's basically set my reloading habits which may or may not get me screwed over every now and then.
I'm just giving you
some games
angle shots here. Sorry.
Some games you don't want to keep that, like, say if you have 3/4 of your clip and you're in Call of Duty, you're better off not reloading because you're probably going to encounter a dude before you have time to actually switch to that mag.
Mm-hmm.
That's also why I run fast mag, just because I reload a lot. And I'd rather have that full thing topped off. Because otherwise I'm going to go shooting and I'm not going to know I don't have all my ammo and I'm going to, like, pew, pew, click, 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 have to rack the thing, And,
yeah. Just got to be ready to go, basically.
Yep. That's how I play. Probably wrong if you talk to pros. But.
So I would say, like, the biggest difference is just a little bit more, a little narrow, and then not quite as long. Apart from that, though...
I mean, you can feel it in your hand that they're a similar shape.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lip here. That's the exact same one that's right there. The back's just shorter. You know what I mean? Like, like my fingers hang over more.
Yeah.
And here they don't hang over at all. Like, for my hand size, the S1's probably the better...
Yeah.
For a palm grip.
Yeah.
Going fingery tip, S1. Or S2, I mean.
Yeah.
S2 style. It's good. I can't really fingertip it.
Or like a hybrid palm claw, possibly.
Or for squares that, like...
I mean, it's actually not bad for what it is. I was expecting
this is how you... Like that? I got this right?
I mean, I like to think that I go like this.
Or if you pull Preston, right there, you cock that, you cant it.
Yeah? Oh, hey, is he a 518 user as well, or what?
That's what he does to... So I can't use the... He likes the G700 too, because he used it with me. But he cants it and puts his thumb where the DPIs are. Because ergonomically, it technically works. You know how some mice let you turn the sensor in software?
Yeah.
He's one of the people that could really use that.
Gotcha.
But no mouse he has ever used for any period of time has had that feature. Because the only mice that have that feature try to sell you on that as a feature.
Yeah.
But they're not good mice otherwise. Like any right-handed ergonomic mouse,
yeah,
he can't somewhat. And that means his swipes
take him up to the right.
Yep. So he's had to choose mice that force him to not hold it, and the Basilisk is one because the whole side of the Basilisk is just scooped out.
Yeah.
It's not angled, like it's not like this shape. It's just a big scoop. So his thumb doesn't like even if it reaches up farther, it doesn't turn the mouse.
That's the one that has the thumb rest, correct?
Yep, thumb rest, and then the side is like just a big scoop instead of like like this. See, if you grab more up here, well, now you turn it like that if you want to keep it in line with your hand, and that's what he would do, which then cants your mouse like, a couple degrees. Which then when you go that way, you're not going.
Yeah, it's going. Up into that way. Yeah.
Yep. Which causes issues when you're trying to aim in CS:GO and go.
Yeah.
Click head click. You're like.
Especially in CS:GO where it's like very important to have like aim.
Yep. So that's why I got away from the 502 and originally the G700. Because you know how there's that flat spot above where your thumb's supposed to be? He would put his thumb up there, which then turns...
Yeah, I think I would do that on the G700 as well, because that's...
And then you gotta remember the sensor on the G700 is already not in the middle of the mouse.
Yeah. So
then that does even...
It's more forward, correct?
Yeah. That means you're also turning it more degrees, though, because it's closer up to the sensor.
Yeah. So... Versus below where like the Aerox has it.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like you have to move your hand more.
Yep.
Which isn't the greatest either, but it is what it is.
As long as it's kind of in the middle, it's
fine.
See, this was always the debate back in the day too. Is it better to have it in the middle of your hand, which would be right there, or in the middle of your grip, which would be up there? And most brands end up putting it in the middle of the mouse because that's that's in between those two.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like. They want you to go for your knuckle on your index finger that they have for it, like right there.
Yeah, which on this would be right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then some people think, like if you talk to Zai, who's got his fingertip mouse, he probably thinks it should be in between, like where he pinches it.
Yeah.
Like right, because that's like the middle of his grip essentially is
right there.
Right there. Yeah. Now most brands just split that right in the middle and. Because it's also easier just to put the damn sensor in the middle.
I would say for the average person, it's probably best to have it in the middle.
Well, because also it accommodates more. Like, say if you grip it up more, it puts you know what I mean? Like, well, at least they're not doing it, like I said, like the G700, where it's in the front on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Like the Performance MX is like that too, where they put the sensor like there.
Yeah.
Which I guess to some people like that's a good idea because imagine pinching your fingers.
They had it like here,
like you're drawing,
too, where they had it right over there as well.
That was even worse.
Yeah.
Up here kind of makes sense because if it's a right-handed mouse and you're what's up?
We're starting to overheat.
But just imagine this: like you're holding your pencil like this.
Yeah.
That's why they thought it was a decent idea to put it there because that's where your fingers would coalesce.
Yeah.
Into a point, but there's too much variable.
Yeah.
Stick it in the middle of the mouse. Easier.
So I mean, I guess long short of it is like all in all, if you were looking for a S2,
cheap.
Or if you liked the S2 and you wanted a wireless version of it and you didn't want to break the bank, if you really wanted the best, I'd say probably aim for the Onage custom, basically symmetrical.
The Piranha Mods.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on one of those would probably be the ultimate ones. But
$200.
Yeah.
Starting price.
If not, and you didn't want to do that, or the Titan GX Air, for $60, you can get the Helios, which, it's not the greatest, but it gets the job done.
Depends what you value. Do you value wireless over buttons?
Yeah. So, but still pretty good quality. Apart from that, I'll give it a go, and if I have any issues, I'll try to let Prof here know what's going on, and maybe to give you guys a heads up. But otherwise, that's that, and we'll probably see you guys in the next video then.
Peace.
Peace.